$180,000. Freaking. You're serious?
Don't answer that. Have at it, boyo.
Don't talk to me, Zane. Don't even look at me. Healthcare be expensive? Yeah.
That worked. I mean, of course it worked.
Bravo! You are resourceful, Zane. I admit, I've missed that.
Never mind me, the one who jumped over a literal abyss.
Quite right, darling. Well done. Now push on and get to the bottom of Callus's plans.
Kick your ass, boyo.
Firm attachment to the moon's surface and shield.
Armor shield.
Position accuracy.
Boxer. On melee hit, consume an armor segment to increase the damage by 20%. I'm not gonna give up a freaking half my armor for a 20% damage increase to melee. What?
Move, you skag piles.
Just remember, a laugh of caution's hardly worth your charge, I'm sure. Just leave the money on the dresser.
Get rid of all that. See, this is a 2200 one. Okay. Rose is doing Halloween charity with cosplay later. Okay. That's not good.
Great. We got order here too.
It hardly takes pronouncing vision to notice the
Dang it, I immediately got wrecked again. Everything here is a exclamation point level above me. Oh my god. I should not be here. I should get like a fast travel station and then leave and go do side content and come back to this. Like these little mobs are like boss fights right now. Spread launchers charged. Where's a good target? Oh, he's got a mount. What? He's got a friggin' raptor mount. This guy bought friggin' Path of Fire. Let's see. Okay. What's that? Different class. Ooh, that one was sturdy. Wow, that explosion hit me from over there? I am surprised. Drop down, okay. Load spread shot. Gamma Sploder.
I hope I did it.
I like how they were like, oh man, barrels explode. They're really deadly. So they just put robot legs on the barrels, and now they're sending barrels walking at me. I got two of them. I like how a bunch of them are low health from all the random grenade explosions.
Levine, I'm at the Ripper, whatever it is. Looks like a bunch of shuttle rockets strapped to a platform.
What?
Hmm.
That thing?
An old all attached to these sky cables. Is it some kind of space elevator? Is Callus trying to reach the moon?
I will break them. I will make them stupid.
I like how when I swap to the fire weapon, the cat also becomes a fire cat. Vendor that. Let's check the map so far. Okay, we do have a fast travel station here. Oh my god. Your update tomorrow. I know. We're all so hype about it.
Attention!
What's this?
It's free to look.
Sniper rifle, gun, fully charges.
See a
Pass.
dictator today? You'll understand, won't you?
I was considering trying respecking. Not sure if I should or not. Unsealed is okay. Honestly, unsealed, I don't know if that's working the way it says it does. It says against a marked target. Trouble marks his target. So that's the little pink circle. We've seen that. And it says that when they're marked, that you do 50% more gun damage. I have shot foes, and then they've gotten marked, and I am not seeing 50% more damage on them. I'm not sure if that part's working. The other parts are, I'm pretty sure. Double trouble, chance to create an illusion near the enemy when dealing damage. Critical hits have double that chance. 15% by default. Critical hits would be 30. Illusion duration, 8 seconds. And it does 75% of the damage. I wonder if the illusions can also... what am I saying? I wonder if the illusions can also spawn more illusions. Taunt something, target him. Target enemy, melee damage, singularity for duration. Chance to critically hit with all attacks. Trouble now gains overshield whenever he does damage. When face familiar is active, Trouble gains elemental aura, dealing ordnance damage for time nearby enemies. I feel like for this one to really be good, you got to be able to recharge it faster. So this one is kind of like the Guild Wars 1 Necro Minion Mancer. You can spawn clones, but their health decays per second. So if you can either reduce the cooldown of it, or you can increase the health regeneration you've got, you can have more uptime on them. Vex gains increased action skill cooldown rate on kill. Okay, so there's some right there. And what are the other things? Spectres cast Wither on an enemy, any enemy when they spawn, dealing status effect damage over time, and can increase damage taken for a duration. Hellish Harvest. Reapers gain Hellish Harvest, dealing melee damage 3 times in a large area around themselves, and regen health for each enemy hit. Reapers can now use Banshee Wail periodically, dealing damage to nearby enemies and granting overshield to nearby allies. Damage increases apply to overshield granted to allies. Vex can now equip 2 augments and gains the ability to use Dark Pact. Press and hold F while the minion is active to fully restore health of all clones, as well as granting increased movement speed and minion attack speed for a duration. Phase clones do not lose health over time while Dark Pact is active, and health loss is reset when Dark Pact ends. And what is... Let's see. Duration 12 seconds, cooldown 42. Grim Reaper. Press and hold F to spawn a Grim Reaper that drains nearby enemies, dealing status effect damage over time, and regenerating health for each drained enemy. When an enemy dies while being drained, there's a chance a new Reaper will be spawned. Status effect damage, health regen, chance spawn Reaper, 33% cooldown, 2-minute cooldown. Heirloom. Spectres gain a copy of Vex's currently equipped gun for a duration. Only one Spectre can have a copied gun at a time, and spawning a new Spectre will remove the copied gun from the previous Spectre. It might be fun to try out the Spectre one and put the cat away for a little while, just to kind of mix it up a bit. Assuming that respecking is affordable, I've never tried it in the game. Let's see. So we've got a fast travel point here now. I'm trying to remember... Wait, what is that? There's a vault fragment. Oh. I'm trying to remember where a respec thing is. Golden chest there. I don't know if this town has one. Hello, Mike. Hi, Gonvo. I'm gonna turn my fan on while it's loading in. Give me just a second. Okay. All right. Is there... I've never used the respec in this. Is there a respec station here somewhere? I don't even remember what it looks like. I gotta look around. Carcadia has one. Is this one? That's a bank. There's one in there on the right. Okay, thanks. Hang on.
Vault Hunter.
Yeah.
A moment.
Lost loot. The lost loot machine collects gear inadvertently left behind when shooting and looting. It does not collect gear dropped from player inventories. Items can be recovered, inspected, and trashed within the machine. When the machine is full, new lost loot will automatically replace old lost loot of lower quality. Oh. I didn't know this existed. Hover over this button will reveal details on lost loot SDU. Visit the storage deck upgrade menu to expand the lost loot capacity. Huh. I did not know this machine existed. Okay, interesting. Hold on, there was a shotgun. No, it's not an upgrade. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. SDU. Where's the lost loot machine? There we go. Just add a bunch of stuff to that. Is this it? The cost of respecking is always 10% of your money. You can always afford it. Oh. Well, thank you for that. All right. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a screenshot of this to remember my current build. Paint. Ah, flashbang. All right, there we go. Just going to put that on another screen to minimize that. Okay. And let's try this out and see how we like the other one. Wait, he sits in the thing? The respec machine allows for the respec of skill points for a fee. While interacting with the machine, resetting and redistributing skill points can be done infinitely. Once the machine closes, the entry fee must be paid to regain access. Respec all. Dead Ringer. Restore health. Gain reload speed based on the fullness of her health. Gain increased gun damage, additional gun damage, increase melee, and max health. You can mix skill points with the other branches. Are the other branches' skills in effect, though? Like, if this is not visible, is it in effect if I'm, you know, over here? Let's see. They are. Interesting. I would have thought that they would not be when they're, like, you know, not visible. Spectres gain the ability to use Gas Blast, dealing gun damage to all nearby enemies on impact. They will use Gas Blast on spawn and after they reload. Spawning a Reaper grants Vex and minions health regen for a duration. I think I'll do that. Okay. Status effect damage, increased fire rate for a duration on kill. I'm guessing fire rate for the Reaper is like attack speed. Cursed Blade. Vex's melee attacks apply curse to hit enemies, making them take kinetic status effect damage anytime they take gun damage. 1.5% per stack, stacking 5... 7.5% per stack, stacking 3 times. So 20... 21, 22% attack speed increase. Activate kill skills whenever Vex's minions die. Okay. Increased damage. Curse damage now triggers on minion melee damage and deals increased damage when it's triggered by a critical hit. Vex's melee attacks apply curse melee hits and make them take kinetic status effect damage anytime they take gun damage. Let's see. Snip says, "Hey, know you're playing Borderlands 4, but I was talked to come talk to you. It all possible and viable to make a great axe war hammer build in Guild Wars 2, and how exactly would I go about that? I come from background in New World." What's up? So you said great axe. If you mean like a two-handed axe, there are no two-handed axes in Guild Wars 2. There are one-handed axes. You can dual wield axes, and there are giant warhammers. So you could make a build with a giant hammer and also, you know, dual axes if you wish to do so. So as far as like making a build, the question would be like, where would you use it? Is this like in PvP, raiding, open world, stuff like that? Do you want to do a power build or a condition damage build? I was thinking for PvP. Okay. So the next thing, what I would do, I am not a... there are some skins. Yes, there are some hammer skins that look like two-hand axes, but there's not a two-hand axe weapon in this game. I don't know how new they are. So what you could do for PvP is go to websites like such as MetaBattle, which I'll do a link there, or guildgen.com, and I'll put a link to that in the chat. Those are both websites with a ton of builds. And you could look at the builds for Warrior and see if there's anything you want to copy, and then change the build to be, you know, to have like the weapons that you prefer and see if you can make it work. That's how I would start with that. Okay, so next thing. So this one is whenever you spawn a Reaper, you get a bunch of health regen for a duration. Spectres cast Wither on an enemy when they spawn, dealing status effect damage over time and increasing damage taken for duration. But this would replace the regen thing, so I don't know if I want to do this. Reapers gain the ability to use Hellish Harvest, dealing melee damage 3 times in a large area around themselves and regen health for each enemy hit. They'll use it on spawn and every third time they melee. Every third time they melee. Okay. Reapers can now use Banshee Wail periodically, dealing damage to nearby enemies and granting overshield to nearby allies. Damage increases apply to overshield granted to allies. Damaging enemies reduce damage for duration. Damage, overshield, enemy damage dealt reduce. Okay. Might want to mention the API. Yes, the API for the game is down just for the next couple of days because the new expansion comes out tomorrow and they're trying to avoid spoilers getting leaked. So that might impact those websites at the moment. I'm just used to playing what New World people call a bruiser. Clump fight CC, helps secure kills, big melee burst damage. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm aware of bruiser. Bruisers have been in games for 30 years. But yeah. So like I said, I'm not a warrior professional, but the way I would approach it is look at existing warrior builds made by people that know more about it than me, and then start tweaking things to see if I can just like kind of change out some stuff to have what I want in the build and go from there. Can I equip 2 augments and ability to use Dark Pact? Let's go. I'm thinking go for Dark Pact. Melee Override. Now throw a phase dagger from offhand that deals melee damage to enemies hit. Phase daggers can crit. On kill, the cooldown's reset. 18-second cooldown, more damage. Interesting. Okay. Bonus damage with gun critical hits. Increased minion damage. Minion skills and command skills gain further increased damage. Okay. Reapers gain health, max health capacity and will release a Spirit Bomb Remnant when they die, dealing damage of their elemental type to nearby enemies. Reaper max health capacity plus 12% Spirit Bomb damage. Vex gains a stack of Ancient Rites for each of her active minions every second, increasing minion damage. Stacks are lost after a duration with no active minion for a duration. Max stacks 40. Wow. Whenever Vex takes damage while low health, spawn a Reaper nearby. Okay. Alright. Dead Ringer gains an additional charge. Wait, Dead Ringer? Oh, the main thing. Okay. Alright, Dark Pact. So hold F and they get juiced and don't lose health over time while they're out. Dead Ringer gains an additional charge. And then I have an extra point. I guess that one. Alright, so let's try this. And then we get an extra augment slot. Continue. Alright. So that's the Reaper. And that's the Gun Girl. Oh, they're not decaying? Ah, I thought they would... Oh, that's right, because I spawned a Reaper. They've got health regen right now. Wow. That's pretty rad. Yeah, that health regen, they're staying alive longer than I thought they would. Okay, cool. So I have to try this out. Let's see. The thing is, I'm tired of getting basically bleeped down by ranged mages and muskets. Ranged mages and muskets. I mean, yeah, melee people getting shot by ranged people is a tale as old as time in video games. Yeah, it's... I don't know how you feel about it. In my mind, as someone that doesn't play a warrior but often fights against them, in my mind, Spellbreaker is the scariest one. Because they can constantly, like, use full counter, like, every couple of seconds, and basically take no damage while they're doing it, and CC you and shut you down. A really good Spellbreaker, I can't beat on any of my characters. Some of them are two-tapping me. I can't really give advice on that, because I do not know, like, you know, what's going on or what you're doing or what you should be doing. Action skill damage. All right, let's get that. So we got a thing that said I could use 2 augments. What is an augment? I was thinking this would be an augment, but that's a mod. Mod shield enhancement. What is an augment? Did Snip move to YouTube? No, he got bleeped out because he hit a filter, but I can still see it. He used some no words, but he knows. What is the augment thing? Vex can now equip 2 augments. What's an augment?